So let's start with the Aries rising sign for moon sign perspective, which means the moon is in your Aries sign in your natal chart. So for Aries moon sign people, Rahu is moving into 11th house into Aquarius. So now Rahu, being the north node of the moon, has a strong bearing on the ability of the mind to think, to focus, to concentrate, and to make decisions. So what Rahu's transit into Aquarius will do for Aries rising sign people will be how you will be able to make decisions between different alternates, between choices. For example, if you are facing problems, if there is a firefighting issue, and also the emotional makeup and the leanings that you'll have during this transit. So for Aries rising sign, it will impact the 4th house because moon rules the 4th house, as well as the Lagna because moon is placed in the Lagna for Aries, and it will also impact the houses that the Lagna lord Mars rules, which is the Lagna here, that is the Aries sign, and the 8th house. So what will be the impact of Rahu going into the sign of Aquarius for Aries moon sign people? So firstly, Rahu is going to impact how you will be thinking during time in terms of making choices. So wherever there is a choice for your well-being, wherever there is a choice for your domestic life, wherever there is a choice for your peace, your tranquility, wherever there is a choice for where your interest lies, wherever there is a choice for where you will find greater stability, all of these are connected to emotional status. So here Rahu will have a strong impact on what kind of decisions you'll make. And specifically because moon is in the Aries sign, so for Aries sign, which is a go-getting energy, which is a motivational energy, which is an ambitious oriented energy, Rahu will give impetus to you to be wanting to go and get what you want, from a stature point of view, from a stability point of view, from a point of view of where you find that you will have more peace, tranquility, and you will find more satisfaction or happiness at home. Same thing, Rahu will also impact the 4th house, which is ruled by the Cancer sign. So wherever Rahu is placed in your natal chart, if it has a strong bearing of either the Cancer sign or moon, either by its aspect or its conjunction or placement either in the Cancer sign or with the moon or aspecting them, then it will have a strong bearing on both the Aries sign which your moon lies, as well as the Cancer sign, which is the 4th house for Aries rising sign people. So domestic life will be under focus. Your investments will be under focus, specifically related to investments which are catering to conveniences, cars, houses, land, or something that you are looking at for financial security in the long run. All this will be impacted by Rahu. Secondly, the houses that the Aries sign ruler Mars rules, which is the Lagna as well as the 8th house, because moon is placed in the Aries sign ruled by Mars. So moon will also have a strong impact on what kind of decision that you make. Now Mars is a strategic planet. It is a planet of strategy to be able to go get the energy. Moon is placed in Aries, so it's going to heighten the impetus, the emotional aspect of wanting to go and get stature in society, wanting to have a better standing in society, wanting more peace, wanting more tranquility, and Rahu is going to give the impetus, going to give you the push. So on the emotional front also, you will find there is a strong urge towards stability, strong urge towards peace, strong urge towards wanting to have more financial security, wanting to have assets which will help you make your home good, will make you feel stable home, having your own home. So you will all be focused towards making assets during this time, and also to have more peace and tranquility and more stability in life. Secondly, Mars rules the 8th house also. So the 8th house effect will also play a part. So what is Rahu going to do for the 8th house effect? 8th house, you're a Scorpio sign. So there will be strong focus on transformation or change. So you are going to focus on trying to have a strong change in how you lead your life so far, what kind of a job you do, what kind of a role you're playing, whether you are getting the right remuneration in your domestic life also. If your domestic life is stable, then you may want to have more stability. You may want to have more peace and happiness at home. However, if you find that domestic life is not stable, then some of you may make decisions which will either make your domestic life stable or will also get into a committed relationship. stabilizing the fourth house, stabilizing the home front also. On the other hand, there may be transformation or changes. There may be sudden firefighting issues also, because of which some of you may feel a little lost at the start of the transit. However, as the time goes by and you are able to have a better grip on your emotional side, you will see that you are able to take better decision making also. However, keep in mind that whenever there is a choice between decision making, you may assume that a practical decision is being taken. However, because Rahu is impacting the mind, there will always be an emotional component. You will want to feel happy. You may want to feel satisfied. You may want to feel at peace. You may want to feel at ease before you take a decision. So overall, for the Aries moon sign people, moon has a strong bearing on the results that you are going to get, the choices that you're going to make, the decision that you'll make. And Rahu will have a strong bearing on the moon, being the north node on the moon. So be aware and keep in mind that there will be times where you may lean towards more emotional decision making rather than practical decision making, assuming it's a more practical decision to make. So as long as you keep that in mind, and as long as you're focused on and keeping the Rahu energies in check, this can be a great transit for you, specifically because Jupiter is also coming into the play, and Jupiter is also giving the more wisdom and also giving more energy to Rahu to be able to make more stable decisions, wise decisions, including that of partnership, including that of relationship. So because Rahu and Jupiter both are aspecting the 7th house, which is also being aspected by moon, so relationship, partnerships, teamwork is going to be of the essence. So if you're going to make a choice of getting into a relationship, establishing a domestic life, because moon is aspecting the 7th house, moon rules the 4th house, and moon is in the Lagna, in the Aries go-getting energy. So some of you may even go for a partnership. Some of you may make a decision to wanting to go it alone rather than working under somebody. You may want to do something on your own and maybe establish your own practice. Maybe do something, maybe get into a business, get into a partnership, into business, maybe even into a committed relationship, or some of you may even partner with your spouses to start something. So overall, for Aries moon sign perspective, start off very exciting times. And if you take the right decision, if you temper decision making with the wisdom which Jupiter offers and keep the Rahu's greed and hunger in check, then this is the best time for Aries moon sign people to have a go-getting energy to be able to go and get assets to make better, get more financial stability, as well as get more happiness and tranquility in life.